Hello everybody, this is Algebra 2 and we're looking at graphing graphing algebra, of course we're doing that. We're graphing absolute value functions and you can probably do this in Algebra 1 too, so whatever subject you're in, hopefully you get something out of how we graph these. And I'm going to show you a little trick. So I got the PowerPoint from a friend, but there's some things on here, and I think I'm going to show you a little trick on how to graph these absolute value functions. So let's take a look at how we're going to do that. Alright, so the first thing is, let me give you an example of an absolute value function. And an absolute value, remember, is basically the distance from 0 something is. So, we've got a function 2 times the absolute value of x minus 2 minus 1. We've got a domain. Remember, a domain is all the x values and a range is all the y values. So if I'm looking at the domain is going to be all the values that are on my graph for x. Okay? So the domain for an absolute value is all real numbers all the time. Right? And the reason for that is because this is going to go to the right and forever, and this is going to go to the left forever. I know I just mixed up my right and left. So, that should be funny to you. Anyway, it keeps going to the left and right forever on both ways, so it means we have all real numbers as our domain. Our range, however, is going to be above the y value of -1, because here's -1, right? So we're looking up and down. We're just looking at this axis. And so if we start here at negatives and we go up, 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 this is where we start, and our graph is going to stay above that. So all the values above, all the way up here, above -1 is in our range. Okay, so that's our range. Okay, so let me show you a trick here to graph these things. And a couple things. One, they're always going to be V-shaped. Okay, so always going to be V. The point of V is called the vertex. It could go either up or it can go down, depending on if your slope is positive or negative. Well, not really slope. I use slope very loosely in this case. Okay, I'll tell you exactly why. And it really has, we can't say it really has a slope because it goes down here, this would be negative, and then this would be positive. So since it's a V, it doesn't really have a constant slope. It has a slope here, and then it changes to a different slope here. So let me show you a trick on how to graph this. So you have two ways of graphing this. You can either plot points and find the graph plotting points, or you can do, actually there are three ways. The second way is to do some transformations and translations, which I haven't gone over in my class yet. So if you know how to do that, I'm going to go over another video on how to use translations and transformations. But let me show you a quick trick, okay? If you have any absolute value equation, looks like this, okay? You're going to go inside the absolute value. This number here, the opposite of this number is going to be your x value of your vertex. This number here outside the absolute value is going to be your y value of your vertex. Okay, and we can see that here in this example. See, we have -2 and -1, so our vertex is +2 and -1. So this one stays the same, -1. Okay, there's the y. And then this one changes opposite. There's the 2. Okay, and then I put m here because we're going to do something with this number in front of the absolute value. Something similar to what we did with graphing lines with a slope. Okay, I'm so excited to show you this because it's so cool. Okay, let me give you an example. Alright, so if I wanted to use values, I can use values. Let me use values. -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I plug -1 in. The absolute value of -1 is 1, right? Because it's always positive. The absolute value of 0 is 0. It's 1, 2, 3, right? So so then we would plot the points, -1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. And then we would graph the lines. Okay. All right, that's fine and dandy. But let me show you how to do it with a little trick. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the form 1 times absolute value of x minus 0 plus 0. Now you're not going to have to do this. When you have a bunch of numbers here, this is going to be a lot easier to do my method than this one. This is an easy method just to do it, just straight up draw it. Okay, but here's what you do. First, do the vertex. The vertex in this case is 0, 0. So I'm going to go to the vertex. All right, watch this. Then I'm going to use this number to show me how to draw a line. Remember when I had a line, I'd use that slope as I go up 1 and over 1, right? Well, check this out. You're going to do the same thing, only you're going to go the other way. Up 1, over 1 this way. And then there is your V. You're just going to connect these two. Oh, you're sitting there going, yes, I think I get it, Mr. Meiosis, but can you show us some more? And I'm saying, yes, I can show you some more. But let's first write the domain. All real numbers, remember, because it's always all real numbers. And the range are y values that are greater than or equal to 0. Okay, remember, because that's where the vertex is. Okay, let's see another one. Okay, look at this. All right, so I'm going to skip this little part here. Okay, I'm going to put a 1 here, and a plus 0 here. So my vertex is positive 3, comma 0. Right, there's my y. So I'm going to go to my vertex. Positive 3, 1, 2, 3, 0. That's there. Now, what's the number in front of the absolute value? It's a 1. So I'm going to go up 1, over 1. Then up 1, over 1. And then I'm going to draw my V. Boom. Done. Domain. All real numbers. Range. Y values greater than or equal to 0. Okay, again, because this is y equals 0, it's all above here. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to go and write, write the table, go ahead and write the table. Since your x is 3, you're going to want to choose some values that are, less than 3, like 1 and 2, and then you want to pick 3, and then you want to pick 4 and 5. Plug them in and find your y values, and then that'll let you graph it too. But I think this little trick here is sufficient to graph the graphs. Okay, let's do another one. All right, so this we got a 3 in there. I need a 0, so I know that that's 0. So my vertex is 0, comma, negative 4. Remember, we keep this the same. So I'm going to go to my vertex, 0, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what I'm going to do, this is 3, right? So it's 3 over 1. It's like our slope. So we're going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. And then we're going to do the same thing on that side. 1, 2, 3 over 1 this way. Draw a line. Draw our other line. Bam. I didn't do a very good draw. You know me with my lines. Not perfect. All real numbers, because it always is. And the range is going to be, think about it. Pause. Okay. Y greater than or equal to negative 4. Good. All right, let's try one. Practice this. I'll pause for a second so that you can try it. Okay. So the vertex is, remember, this is a negative 1 here, right? Negative 1. So the vertex is going to be negative 1, because I get that from here, comma 2. So let's draw that. Negative 1, comma 2, 1, 2. Then what I'm going to do, I have a negative 1. So negative, remember, I go down 1 and over 1. Down 1 and over 1. This V is upside down. Okay? Domain, all real numbers. And not all real hashtags, all real numbers. And the range is y values that are less than or equal to positive 2 this time, because it's all values that are down here, right? All right, let's try another one. Practice. I'm almost done, guys. This is this piece of cake, isn't it? So what's my vertex? The vertex is positive 2, negative 1. Positive 2, negative 1. Okay, what's my quote-unquote slope? It's a 1 right here, right? So I'm going to go up 1 and over 1. Up 1 and over 1. And I'm going to draw my lines. Done. Okay, that's it. What's our domain? All real numbers. Come on, don't mess that up. It's always the same thing. You can't get that wrong. And what's our range? Our range is going to be y values that are greater than or equal to 1. Okay, let's try another one. Alright, so what is our vertex? Let's see if we can find our vertex without putting it in the form. That's right, it's 0, 0, right? So I'm going to go to 0, 0, then what I'm going to do? Negative 2 over 1. So I'm going to go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, draw my absolute value. That's it, guys. That's all there is to it, alright? Domain is all real numbers, or how you youngsters would say it, all real hashtags. Youngsters, guys, I'm only 38, so I can't be, I'm not that old. Range, y values, y less than or equal to 0. Okay, that's all there is to it. I believe that's my last one, so there you go. Okay, graphing absolute value equation or functions.